In both movies and video games, spin-off titles can often be more engrossing and of higher quality than the mainline series from which the piece of media originates. Here we have some Nintendo spin-off games that are particularly interesting and worth playing. Hey, Gabe jumping in, reading the words of Daniel Leo. There was hype surrounding Pokemon Legends Arceus upon its release a few years ago. It looked like an ambitious open-world Pokemon game with new capture mechanics and a complete revamp for the series. Upon playing it, it generally met those expectations and provided a fresh, fun, and accessible experience. The capture mechanics were unlike anything that came before in the mainline Pokemon games. It rekindled that wonder that we originally experienced upon the release of Pokemon Red and Blue in 1998. However, Legends Arceus wasn't a refined experience, and everyone is hoping that Pokemon Legends ZA, the sequel to Arceus, will be a more polished experience. While the original concept of Hyrule Warriors, a mashup of Dynasty Warriors and Zelda, was a dream for longtime Zelda fans, it is with the sequel, Age of Calamity, that the gameplay and story mature into a polished, high-quality experience. For Zelda fans, Age of Calamity is worth playing just for the story, which technically still isn't canon, but the hack-and-slash gameplay, which includes multiple special moves, is really fun and addictive. This is partly due to how satisfying battling the boss creatures are. On top of this, the game is great fun in multiplayer, and with 2 players, you'll really feel like a team when you try to take on challenging creatures such as Lynels. In terms of gameplay, the third Super Mario Land is a bit of a departure from the first 2 games, with new moves and different ways to progress through obstacles and the environment. This can initially put off some players, as they might be expecting a traditional Mario experience. However, it's in the new, wacky, and odd style of the game that makes the experience of playing Wario Land such a fun time. Wario, the garlic-loving German Italian with a huge nose and a passion for motorbikes, made his debut as the nemesis of Mario in the preceding game, Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. New enemies and ways of dispatching them mean that there is a slight learning curve to playing Wario Land, but it is well worth it in the end, especially as the style of the game is so unique. The hype and buzz around Pokemon in the late 90s was a phenomenon not limited to the original Game Boy RPG games. There was the anime, the trading card game, toys, and spin-off games. As an 8-year-old, it was all massively exciting, and many were obsessed. However, a Pokemon pinball game doesn't really sound that appealing, but then, once you try it, it'll probably get you hooked on the addictive gameplay of aiming to smash the ball against the components to earn points. The game was colorful, had a great sound, and most importantly, the gameplay was addictive. The last game here uses the Metroid IP in creative and addictive ways, despite the game being a humble pinball experience. Music, sound effects, and visuals follow a Metroid Prime era style, and features include Samus appearing from her morph ball to shoot to death small aggressive insects that rush to attack her. The game feels responsive, which is necessary for a pinball game, and similarly to Pokemon Pinball, the production standards are high. Being a pinball game, various boosts and score multipliers come into effect when certain parts of the table are hit. The game is addictive, and you'll constantly want to compete for that high score. These 5 spin-off games from Nintendo show the creativity and innovation that can come from exploring new directions within beloved franchises. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to these series, these games offer unique and engaging experiences that are well worth your time.